Physical and emotional wellness, remote workforces, and work-life balance have all been made more difficult due to COVID-19. The way we think and feel, as well as our ability to cope with ups and downs, are all aspects of mental health. Now, this morning, we take a look at ways to improve our mental wellness at work with Employee Wellness Coordinator Worthy Williams. Worthy, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us here on GMN.
Good morning, Dina. How are you doing?
Fantastic. How are you this morning?
No, I'm doing very well.
Now, Worthy, when we talk about mental wellness in the workplace, what do we mean by this?
This is truly feeling balanced, feeling connected to others, and being able and ready to have a full work day where you are fully involved mentally and physically as well as emotionally. So this is really what we mean about mental wellness in the workplace, but it starts at home.
When you say it starts at home, what do you mean by that?
This means that if you have anything that is happening external to your workplace, it is going to affect your workplace or how you perform at work. So if you would, for example, have stress about finances, you are about to bring that to you at work.
Well, sometimes where the workplace is, the space or the place that employees would find, to be the more toxic than their home life would be. So what are some of the ways that you would say there are to improve your mental wellness at work?
Because you are at work, it's usually difficult to improve it at work. It's easier to do it from home, and you sort of carry it over into the workplace. Again, for example, if work is stressing you because of workload, poor hours, or too many hours, number one, at home you try to sleep more, so you're a bit more refreshed in the morning. And at work, if your boss, you are perhaps going through workplace bullying, for example, you approach HR, that's a different way, or you approach your wellness coordinator or your wellness officer.
Will they talk to us about some of the wellness programs organizations can take on board?
Ideally, an organization should have an EAP. This is what we call an employee assistance program. That is the overall umbrella that has 4 dimensions, namely your human resources, psychological services, occupational health, as well as your social services. Within this, you slot in wellness programs. So a wellness program really is a subset of an EAP. So when an organization has an EAP, it is more holistic and it covers the employee fully. So you look at their social, how the company can help with the social culture in the workplace, as well as external social events that include the employee and their families and the community at large. When you look at psychological, is this company providing any sort of psychological services for their employee? Are they able to have access to a psychologist, a therapist, or so forth? And then the HR perspective is an employee able to fully and freely go to HR without being victimized, without the information they give to HR being used against them to report, say, a supervisor who is bullying them with work? And then finally, the occupational health, which is what is most currently trending, is an employer ensuring that the health and safety of an employee at work is up to standard and according to the law. So wellness really, it's just a bit of it. So I hope I covered that.
Please, if you don't mind, give us a practical, example of a wellness program activity.
Okay, so a wellness program activity could include having an exercise program for your employees, having wellness days. So this is where you have people come and check the BMIs and the BP of your employees, and having sort of weight tracking activities, having a gym on site, or say a 50% discount at your local gym, having team working experience, team building exercises at your workplace, and ideally just creating an atmosphere in your work that the organizational culture is in such a way that supports mental health.
Mm-hmm. And do these wellness programs actually work?
To an extent, because, wellness is a continuous thing. It doesn't have a final destination to say when you do this up till here, you're done. And this is because that's how the human brain works. You faced with a problem now, and you have a different problem the next week. So they do work to an extent, and really the aim is not to help. You don't count that we help 500 people. You want to make sure that you've impacted each person that goes through the program.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, were there some people maybe experiencing anxiety, depression or panic attacks, which is a direct result of this COVID-19 pandemic? Talk to us about some of the coping mechanisms, that could better help with these conditions.
Well, currently, really, like you're saying, because of COVID, people are losing colleagues. They are having colleagues testing positive or retrenchment. The easiest, one would say, is creating a support group within your workplace, where we say group therapy provides better therapy than individual therapy. So you sit together, you sort of talk and air out how you feel, whether on Teams or on Zoom, or whatever platform is available at the moment, and you discuss how you feel about, say, the loss of a colleague, or how you felt that day when you found out your colleague tested positive and you were selected as a contact. Other ways is really physically being healthy. When you're physically well, your mental state is also better. And then the most ideal one would be seeking professional help. This is from your social workers in your region, your psychologists, your therapists. There's Lifeline Childline, which is 3116 or 106 that you can call, and then as well as your pastors and counselors.
Fantastic. Well, any final words or remarks from you this morning, Willie?
I would just like to encourage people to really try and stay positive. This is not a norm, and I don't think we'll go back to normal. So let's all try to stay positive and seek help where we can.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for speaking to us.
All right. Thank you, Dina.
That was Worthy Williams, an employee wellness coordinator, talking to us about the importance of mental wellness in the workplace during COVID-19. We'll be right back after this.